Oh yeah, welcome to the swamp. Oh man, with me in studios, the one, the only, Jerry Horton. Jerry, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Flip. Good to be here.
Oh man, had to come in with some nice Def Leppard. Oh
Oh
man,
yeah.
Jerry, the swamp is our home, brother. Let's talk some swamp.
Let's do it.
Now, uh, cards back up. Got our cards back up over 50, so we're
Yep.
qualified for elite. That's the important part.
Yep. We're back to that elite status again. It's been a long time coming. So
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I think we only slumped one cycle, so that's not too bad, not too shabby.
no, not at all.
Yeah, I think the LSL is nice and healthy. I think is the proper way to say it. Good place to play. All right, so
Oh,
let's go over what is this, March 2020?
yep. March 2020.
Nice, man, time's flying.
Oh yeah.
Hope everybody's being safe out there.
Oh yes.
Uh,
We are all safe, and prayers to everyone out there too.
oh yeah. Now, here we go. March 2020 here in the Louisiana Swamp League. You know what? When I saw that this guy brought it home finally, I almost, shed a tear, man. Mr. Fantastic. Finally.
Congratulations. Yep.
Oh
He's a
man.
quite the wrestler. Congratulations, Mr. Fantastic, Mr. World Swamp Champ.
Yeah, baby. Now, while we're talking gold, we also want to shout him out. I know he also managed to bring home our commissioner title, the Gator Bait, excuse me, the G-Force title. Is
Yes,
that
he
is that the
did.
one?
Yep, the G-Force title. Congratulations for him. He's double winner right there.
And we'll have a little side note in just a bit about that G-Force title when we get there, but we'll come to that soon. Moving on, American Extreme Champion Blade Runner Sloth.
Congrats, Sloth.
And I don't know what the Dean of Darkness did to him, but after the ass beating he put on Sloth, Sloth has been he's been scoring. Looks like he just had the wrong. You know how the timing was way off when it came to that series against the Dean of Darkness because he, Dean of Darkness basically took him 1, 2, 3, done, wham bam, thank you ma'am, just swept the floor with him in that series, right?
He really did, yeah. And that can actually work for someone who, if they do lose like that, that can also, you know, get them going again, get the wheels going again, and get the fire lit, and you actually do better.
Well, look at Sloth is doing it, man. Congratulations, brother. Way to bounce back. King of the South champion, Sloth is a stablemate, the Night Hatcher.
Night Hatcher, congratulations. Still impressed with him.
Oh yeah, he's another one that moves the angles well around here. Southern
Oh, yeah.
Heritage champion, newcomer. Now, I mean, even though he technically didn't win this belt from the Battle Royal, he is also our Battle Royal winner. Debut cycle, rookie sensation, Jake Walker. Congratulations, young man.
Congratulations, Jake. We look to see many good things from you here in the LSL.
Oh yeah. Primetime Elite champion. We've been saying her name often these last couple of cycles. Sugar Lips Roxy.
Oh, yeah. Congrats, Roxy. You're proving everybody wrong. You do belong here.
Now, she did have a tough one. We'll mention it right now since she came up. She tied for the Steel Interfed Women's title, which will remain with Susan Black in the AWL.
Yes, that was a very good match between both women, but things happened and it was a double disqualification.
So that'll remain there in the AWL. Better luck next time, students. Sugar Lips.
Oh yeah.
Brass Knuckles champion. Now, this woman had one hell of a cycle. My goodness. I mean, when I saw how many people just went after her for that G-Force title, I was like, "Son gun, she's gonna get it." And she fought off one and all, except for
Mm-hmm.
Mister Fantastic, who's our current league champion. But she took him. I want to print that out. I want to make sure we get all the people that she fought that contested for that G-Force title and make sure it goes into the next report just to see how many people Terry withstood before having to give it up to Mr. Fantastic.
Oh yeah,
But
was very impressed.
oh yeah,
Congratulations, Terry, on being the Brass Knuckles champ and being a fighting G-Force champ. She didn't duck it; she went at it, and we all know sooner or later you're going to find that one person that has your number. And she was a little upset, but she had such a good match with Mr. Fantastic, and she was good about it after she left.
oh yeah. I think that's one of those titles that since it is open, I think she'll be hunting for that one eventually again. So here we go. Our Colossal Fears champion, Blade Runner Link.
Congratulations, Link.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, those guys, they're better. They're better in tag action, but it's nice to see them get some singles from time to time.
Oh,
North America champion. Speaking of someone that likes to dominate in the singles action, from the Battle Royal, the War Goddess.
oh yeah. Congratulations, War Goddess. Glad to see you back on the page again, sweetie.
Yeah. Iron Fist champion, Jimmy Rogue.
Oh yeah. Good job, Jimmy Rogue.
Yeah, those Rogue brothers are coming on
Yep,
strong these last couple cycles.
they have been.
First Blood champion, Mad Dog, Maurice Duchesne.
Oh yeah, congratulations.
Southern Hardcore champion from the Battle Royal, Bullfrog Bob.
Oh, congrats, Bob.
AOTF, huh? Look at these guys.
Oh yeah.
They think they're big time now?
Well, they may think, but that's their opinion.
Tell them, Jerry, you're going to die big time then. You're going to die.
Yep.
The Barbed Wire champion, the undisputed franchise himself, Eric Fontaine.
Oh yeah, congrats, kid brother. Awesome.
Also, currently our LSL Diamond Drop champion, looking to defend that at WrestlePalooza versus none other than Triple A's Sugar Lips. So
Oh yeah, gonna be a good match.
that'll be fun. Tag team champions. Look at these two, Leroy and Michelle Ratliff, bringing
Oh,
home the
congrats
tag
on them.
champions.
Congrats on them getting back on the title page. Very impressed.
Yeah, no, it's good to see them finally start working again because
Oh yeah.
yeah, those two don't really work too well together. But when they can finally find
Yeah, common
an even playing
ground. They
ground,
can. Oh yeah.
mhm. Now TV tag team champions, two people that they should be looking up to and mimicking, Big Mama and Big Papa, are
Oh
TV
yeah.
champs.
Congratulations, guys.
Six-man champions, these guys. The Indomitable One, Time Bomb, and Sugar Lips.
Oh, congratulations, guys.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about them still stinks.
Yeah. Well, with Triple A, it usually does.
Uh, TV six-man champions, Mr. Fantastic, Killer Kowalski, and the Sandman himself, Horacio Sanderson.
Congratulations.
You know what? Anytime you see that kind of a mix and match, I mean, I'm glad Mr. Fantastic brought it and brought it home. But just to see him mix it up with KKK and the Sandman, it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it's real cool. I like that.
Extra shout out for that Battle Royal winner down there, the one we already mentioned, Jake Walker. Good job. Now, before we get into some commissioner talk, I want to bring up that other file. Let me see here. What did I do with it? There it is. All right, here we go. Just real quick, we're going to go over uh, March's top 10 or top 5 strategies for singles, tag, and six-man. We'll start with the six-man, and then we'll work our way up to the singles. Looks like rounding off the top 5, we had looks like we had a tie for Well, it looks like these last couple had 516, so we'll put them all together. We had Jimmy Rogue, Maurice Duchesne, and James Rogue had a 516. We had at 5, we had Chicken Legs Peg, Dogman, and Bullfrog had a 516 as well. Blade Runners and Night Hatcher had a 516. The last 516 team was all three of the Rogue Brothers. Then we had two people with a 517. We had the Indomitable one with Time Bomb and Sugar Lips. And looks like the Reds, and this should be interesting because the Reds actually had a 517 but had no title. Looks like they failed to challenge for a title, so came
Oh
up a
yeah.
little came up a little short. There's a lot of teams that failed. I guess a lot of people were just going after the one title because the not too many people must have challenged for the TV six man.
No, not many
Because
people did. It seemed like.
yeah, because there's a lot of teams that had a higher strategy than Mr. Fantastic and his gang, but they just people missed the ball.
Oh yeah, it
Uh,
happens.
Now tag team top 5 at number 5 we had Indomitable One and Time Bomb. At number 4 with a 511 we had Blade Runner Link and Night Hatcher. At number 3 we had with a 511 as well we had Chicken Legs and Bullfrog Bob. And at number 2, or tied for first with a 512, we had Leroy and Michelle Ratliff. And of course, at number 1, Big Papa and Big Mama.
Oh yeah.
So shout out to those tag teams. Keep the tag team action hot. Um, there we go. Moving on to singles, top 5. Looks like uh, Looks like we had a couple people with 496, but right around top 5 we had obviously we already mentioned Terry and War Goddess. They had a 496 along with the Blade Runners and
Hmm.
James Rogue. At number 3 we had with a 497 Jimmy Rogue. At number 2 with a 498 our league champion Mr. Fantastic. And at number
Hmm.
1 with a 500 Mad Dog Maurice Duchesne.
Oh yeah.
Now this is a situation where being in that top 5 worked to Mr. Fantastic's advantage.
Oh
He
yeah,
didn't have the
definitely did.
highest strat. He was in a better position than he was in a better position than Mad Dog at the time. Mad Dog, even though he has a higher strat, comes home with a regional. Mr. Fantastic pulls off the league title.
Oh yeah. Got to be proud of him.
Congrats. Oh yeah, I mean that's part of the game. That's the way the ball bounces.
Hmm.
Now we were talking commissioner tag titles just before we started recording, Jerry, and I think it boiled down to we've kept it. We've asked for your participation. There's only so many times we can keep asking. I think Jerry, I think you've done uh, a diligent job of just keeping the action moving because there's a lot of activity. There's a lot to pull from. Uh, it's just interesting to see how you just keep the action going because there's action. Like I said, there's cards being signed and there's trash talk coming around. Even though they may not be asking for a particular title, we know they're bad mouthing one another. So
Oh yeah.
now
But
you have 3 titles or 3 tag titles that we need mentioned. So we have our first one. That's our Extreme Tags titles. Who was the champion? Who defended?
okay, the Extreme LSL Extreme TV tag titles are the champions are El Monje Cavanero and El Hijo de
I think
Midimos.
I think it's safe, and I think we can just call them the Luchadores because The
Okay.
the tongue twister names just you guys did it to yourselves. You are now La Luchadores, La Luchadores, or the
Luchadores.
masked wrestlers.
Oh yeah, but they retained their titles, and that was against I believe Big Mama Red and Big Papa Red, if I'm not mistaken.
Holy
And
moly!
oh yeah,
Right.
that was a good match. I mean, that could have gone either way, but the Luchadors retained. That was this last time, but they faced in this cycle. They faced number one contenders BTY and Crazy Chad Red from Salvation. They went in a Bad Street USA street fight, and the Luchadors retained in that one. That was a shock there. I wouldn't think they were going to retain in that one.
I didn't think they were gonna retain versus Big Mama and Big Papa last cycle, and then they managed to squeak by BTY. And
Oh
who
yeah,
was BTY's partner?
was Crazy Chad Red.
Oh hell no!
I mean, you got two veterans there, which have experienced tag teaming and everything like that. Have definitely they've both held gold and tag team gold in the past, but you go against the Luchadors, which a lot of pressure was on the Luchadors too because they were the underdogs, and BTY and Crazy Chad Red were the favorites to win that. But the
You
Luchadors
know,
proved,
you know what? Those luchadors better get used to it. They're gonna be the underdogs in every match this year. So just get used
yep,
to it, gentlemen, because there's no easy way to the top.
mm-hmm. and I also had a contendership match for the Extreme TV Tag Team titles between what is it also Salvation's Terry Black and her wife War Goddess versus the team of Ricky the Fox Steamboat and Goku the Armadillo in a Falls Count Anywhere match, which Terry and War Goddess prevailed, so they will face the Luchadors for the Extreme Tag Team titles in a match to be determined.
Wait a minute, who in the world is Goku, the chosen armadillo?
Well, he's been there for a while and he's wrestled. He's won some matches off and on. He's a guy who really hadn't gotten a shot at anything.
Just trying
And
to give him an opportunity, just to prove
I gave
himself.
him an opportunity because he hadn't had one. I paired him up with a good veteran like Ricky the Fox Steamboat, and it was a good match, but it was Terry and War Goddess. It was both the wives. It was their night, so it
So they
happens.
so they get to face
The
uh
Luchadors.
the luchadors next cycle. That'll be a good one. Nice.
Oh, that'd be good. And Mad Dog Mikey said he will determine the stipulations in the match when it's time.
If you are listening to this and you think you have what it takes, and just use your trash talk wisely, and again, I know we say this often, but this is to our small audience. This is to whoever's in the league. This goes to Rob. This goes to your catfishes. If you think you got a shot coming, say something. Ask for a shot. I know Commissioner Mad Dog Mikey is very open and willing to work with you. So, but if no one's asking, we're going to keep the action going with number one contenders matches. We're not going to slow it down because your microphone is on mute, or you're having a busy week. So we're going to keep the action flowing. Now, so that's a good match coming up. The other one, the Legacy one, is being held right now by, you said, Bullfrog and Chicken.
Yeah, the titles U.S. Legacy Tag Team Champions are ATOF, 10Ks, Dogman Montana, and Bullfrog Bob. They're our current champions. And what happened one cycle where we had a contenders match, and it was between
Oh, so
Johnny
it's so
Road.
it's so it's not Chicken Legs Peg. It's
No,
it's dog.
no, it's Dogman Montana and Bullfrog Bob are our U.S.
Oh,
Legacy
dang,
Tag Team champs. And
nice.
and what happened was we did have a contenders match between Johnny Rogue and Jimmy Rogue versus Jiu Jitsu Jaguar Ruas and the Grand Dragon of Triumph, but that ended up in a no contest. So it was Montana and Bob versus Cheerleader Sassy Red and Violent Victoria Red in a ladder match, which Dogman and Bullfrog retained.
Nice. And who was the number one contender match? Who are they facing next cycle?
Next cycle, right
Jimmy
now,
Rogue? Was it Jimmy Rogue or no?
well, what's going to happen there is since there was no number one contenders match, I'm gonna Mad Dog Mikey will look into it, and he will determine who will face Bullfrog and Dogman Montana in a match. So he's looking at this real hard. And what happened was everybody was tied up with different obligations, so he couldn't really put anyone together. But this coming up cycle, there will be some opponents, and it will be a match with stipulations. So Mad Dog Mikey's assured the fans will get a treat, and they will get what their money paid for in that U.S. Legacy Tag Team title match that Dogman and Bullfrog have to be in. So you will find out their opponents. He will post it on the page of who they will face, and he also will post who the new number one contendership match, who will face in that too.
Nice. And I think the most interesting trio going around right now is this combination of Leprechaun, uh, Hardcore, and is it the Indomitable one?
Yeah.
Our six-pack champions. Just the weirdest bunch. Oh, yeah.
The nickname for them is the Odd Couple, because this was a team that was just thrown together and you didn't know what was going to happen. Either they were going to work or they weren't. So.
Let me tell you, they're working all right.
Oh, yeah. So there are our six-pack challenge champions. And what happened there is the last cycle, they faced the Catfishes in a tough elimination chamber match. And if anybody is not too familiar with an elimination chamber match, what happens in that match is all six of the opponents were put in these pods inside a steel cage. And the numbers who were picked faced each other. And then after every minute or two, another one came out of the pod. It came down to elimination, and it ended up being the Odd Couple winning it.
Wow, unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
You got a loudmouth in the Indomitable one, but you have a world champion like Leprechaun, and then you add someone as insane as Hardcore. Oh, yeah.
Yep, you got Dynamite there, and they, like I said, they retained in that tough match, but they also ended up facing a tough tag team, which Flip, your six-man tag you're very familiar with. It was Ellie Mae, Turnbuckle, Rocco Steele, and Pipsqueak in an Oregon State death match. And it ended up in that match this cycle that they retained yet again that was a tough one. That could have gone either way, but the Odd Couple managed to prevail in that Oregon State death match.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to Pipsqueak, but yeah, Leprechaun is definitely the better midget. Definitely the better midget.
Definitely. But our six-pack challenge champs, the Odd Couple, don't have a moment's rest, because they will face the new number one contenders. And what happened was, in this match, originally it was supposed to be for the number one contendership, Big Mama Red, Big Papa Red, and Amazing Angie Red against Sloth, Night Hatcher, and Link from the IOD. But due to Sloth's issues with the Dean of Darkness, where he was so scared he ran off, what happened was Mad Dog Mikey had to make a decision, because the IOD didn't show up on time, and he was explaining the situation. So what he did was he put the Rogue Brothers into that match. And what happened there was a very good match. It was the Reds against the Rogues in a Japanese death match, and the Reds prevailed. So
who would have thought that the Rogues actually worked well together?
Oh, they did. They did real well down there at ringside in a Japanese death match where the Reds won, but also talking with Commissioner Lucky Stars and everything, where the six-pack challenge I want done at the pay-per-view. And what's going to happen is, due to Big Mama Red being in one of the matches defending her Rose women's world title against the War Goddess, what's going to happen there is she's not going to be in that match because I don't expect her to pull double duty. She's got to defend her world title, and I want her to be, and we all want her to be 110%, and so does Mad Dog Mikey. So a replacement will be put, and it will be Golden Goddess Mandy Rose teaming with Big Papa Red, and I always keep forgetting the other Red's name, so I apologize. And Angie Red, I'm sorry. And Angie Red, and they will take on the Odd Couple for the six-pack challenge titles. And the type of match it will be determined will be War Games.
Nice.
So that's going to be a little tough on everybody there. So whoever wins the coin toss, they're going to have the advantage. So at the WrestlePalooza pay-per-view, one of those matches are going to be, it's going to be the Odd Couple of the Indomitable One, Leprechaun, Hardcore Jeannie Lane versus Golden Goddess Mandy Rose, Big Papa Red, and Amazing Angie Red in War Games. And if people aren't too familiar with War Games, what it is, there'll be two ring setup. There'll be a steel cage over it. And there will be a coin toss, and the coin toss will be determined by Mad Dog Mikey. He will be flipping the coin, and whoever calls heads or tails, they'll decide which two will start out, and whoever wins the coin toss, they'll determine they'll have the advantage of the other member. Like, let's say if the Odd Couple wins the coin toss, and let's say Hardcore Jeannie Lane faces Big Papa Red, and after 2 minutes, the buzzer goes off, then Leprechaun could come in, and it's a 2-on-1 advantage. And then it's going to be the other team's turn where their member comes in. And when all three members are in, they're going to fight all over the place. And the only way to win is by submission, pinfall, or if you just plain knock your opponent out.
Oh, nice.
So we want to give our fans a treat. So Mad Dog Mikey decided War Games will do it.
Oh, yeah. Now, Commissioner, I know we wanted to get all the champions and everything on. I know we definitely have to have another show to cover the trash talk and the rest of the action with the women's division, the cruiserweight division. Talk some more about this WrestlePalooza. So we're gonna cut this one here, and we'll bring you guys back on. Hopefully, we can get Commissioner Rob Ratliff and Commissioner Rob Harper, and crossing our fingers that Commissioner Lucky Stars gets his technology back and functioning, and we can get him back on the show as well and get keep this action going, guys, because there's a lot brewing.
Oh, yeah. There is a lot brewing going on, and WrestlePalooza will be a great show for all our fans.
I can't wait. Okay, guys, you've been listening to the Swamp Talk here on Interfed Radio. Everyone be safe out there, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Take care, everyone. Prayers coming.